What's up, guys? It is Nate Summers. I am your neighbor here in Vincennes, and I also would love to be your trusted real estate advisor. And so, with that, I'm here to give an update on Vincennes, how things are going for real estate here in our neighborhood, and the question of the day: how does Vincennes compare to other neighborhoods in Gilbert when it comes to resale value, when it comes to value? So, with that, we know that Gilbert is a great place to live. We're always at the top of the list for best places to live for families, best places to raise a family. I was actually just at an economic update yesterday where we had economic, I guess, managers, developers for representatives from each of the cities here in the East Valley. And Gilbert actually was super impressive, the things that are going on here in our community. A few things that I'd like to highlight. I thought this was cool. We are in the top 10% of public schools in Arizona, so that's something great that we have going for us here in Gilbert. We also have, we're always at the top of all the lists. So they rattle off a whole list of like places for where your dollar goes the furthest for families, best places to raise families. We're at the top of all these lists nationally. And one thing that I thought was actually really cool too that I didn't realize, it seems like there's a lot of multi-housing family units going up everywhere. You're like, oh my gosh, we don't need more apartment complexes everywhere. But when we looked at the ratio of multifamily housing versus single family housing, Gilbert's actually at 13%. Which is relatively low. We are actually the lowest in East Valley when you compare multi-housing family to single-family housing. We have the least amount of multifamily of the apartments, of the condos. Gilbert, overall, we love living here, right? It's a great place to live. So with that, I wanted to take a look at what are the hottest neighborhoods in Gilbert. Where are the most sales happening? Where are they happening the fastest? All of that type of thing. So this chart actually shows and highlights where are those hottest neighborhoods. And you can see as I flip through these, the neighborhoods where it starts to go yellow, that means that we're getting hot there. And that means that we have a lot more, a higher ratio of houses that go up to sell that actually do sell. And so you can see it kind of flipping through, and I was kind of bummed out. I saw 85295. They do it by zip code on here. It didn't ever get yellow. And I was surprised because, I actually have a listing here in the neighborhood over on Canyon Creek Drive. And we had 3 offers on that house. We were able to leverage those offers and get the price up, get them bidding against each other, get the high price up as high as we could for our sellers, and really be able to maximize their dollar, be able to help them accomplish their goals of what they needed to do with a quick sell, but to be able to get the most out of it. And, I'm actually hearing that more and more across Gilbert. I'm seeing multiple offers in scenarios across Gilbert. That is not the case across the valley, but Gilbert is desirable. It's one of the hottest cities or towns. We're not technically a city, I guess. Hottest towns across the valley. But within Gilbert, we have these multiple offers. It's kind of a hot market for sellers right now. Where is the hottest place? And if you look at this, it looks like 85296 is where we're seeing the most offers, the most houses being sold. And so I thought, it'd be interesting to dig in a little bit closer besides just the zip code level. Let's dig into the neighborhoods. And so if you think of 85296, there's a couple neighborhoods that really stand out when you think about that. You have kind of I would say the flagships of that zip code are Morrison Ranch and Agritopia. If you look at, I decided to look at all of 2025 for those neighborhoods and how many houses sold, how many didn't sell, and kind of what was that success percent rate that would indicate, is this a hot neighborhood? And then how does that compare to Vincennes? So first, we take a look at Morrison Ranch. There were 180 homes that sold in 2025 in Morrison Ranch. That's awesome. Ton of homes. That's a really big neighborhood. That makes sense. 180 sold. We actually had 82 homes that did not sell in Morrison Ranch. So that puts you at a success ratio of 67%. 67% of homes that went up for sale there did sell. And, that's actually really great compared to a lot of the Phoenix Valley. I think our overall average is closer to 60% success rate right now. And I've even seen neighborhoods get down into the 50s and even 40s in some kind of the way outlier areas. But, so sitting at 67% is pretty awesome for Morrison Ranch. Next, if you hop over to Agritopia. Agritopia had 36 sales in 2025. 36 sales, it's a great neighborhood. When you think Agritopia, I mean, when you think Gilbert, I guess, a lot of people think Agritopia. They love that place. It's kind of the it neighborhood. A lot of fun things over there, entertainment, nice restaurants, and it's a desirable place to be. 36 homes sold. We actually had 16 homes that did not sell in 2025 in Agritopia. So that gives them a success rate of 69%, which is also very awesome. 69% compared to the rest of the valley. You're doing great, Agritopia. Okay, so here's the money question. How does Vincennes compare to Agritopia? How does it compare to Morrison Ranch? Well, in 2025, I would not have thought this, guys. We had 19 homes that sold here in Vincennes. I'm like going back and I'm counting. Did we really have 19 homes? Yes, we had 19 homes that sold in 2025 in Vincennes. And with that, we had 6 homes. 6 homes that did not sell. Double checking my notes right here. Yes, that is correct. We had 6 homes that did not sell. So 19 that sold, 6 that did not sell. And that actually puts our success rate at 79%. Guys, almost 80% of homes here in Vincennes sold. And I don't know that I've seen that across any other neighborhood in Gilbert. I'm going to keep looking, but is Vincennes one of Gilbert's hottest neighborhoods? Based on that, I would say yes. And, even more importantly than the success rate of the percentage of homes that are selling in our neighborhood, you just gotta love Vincennes. There's something so cool about our neighborhood, about the layout. I love how we have the big park in the middle and we're all able to gather together. You have a good energy in there and we just have some good community. I hope that we keep building on that and, that we keep working on strengthening our ties as neighborhood. It's such a cool neighborhood. I love living here in Vincennes. You guys, I want to be your go-to for real estate. If you have any questions when it comes to, we're remodeling our house and we're thinking about doing this and this and this, will it add value, Nate? Give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd love to help you out. I have a huge list of contractors. If you need somebody that can help out with X, Y, or Z, give me a call. I would love to help out. If you're working on refinancing, rates are down, you guys. I mean, we're down almost a full percent over this time last year. We're down around 6%. And usually about 1%, that's the time, to look at a refi. I know most of us are probably having those rates down in like the 3s and 4s, but some of our friends just moved into the neighborhood last year, and it actually might make sense to refi at this point because, once rates are down 1 point, that's kind of the time where economically it might make sense. So, but I just want to be a go-to resource for you. If you see me in the neighborhood, just stop, ask me a question. I love to talk real estate. And I hope that you guys all have a great spring. I hope that I see you out and about around the neighborhood. Whenever I do, definitely say hi. Would love to chat and get to know you guys more and keep building that great community that is Vincennes. So Vincennes, one of Gilbert's hottest neighborhoods. We'll take it, we'll run with it, but we know the real reason why is because of the people here. Hope everybody has a great spring, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.